All right, guys, I'm just gonna rant for like 7 minutes about the Kyler Murray signing, the Malik Willis signing, right? Tua might be going to Atlanta. I'm gonna rant about this. Geno Smith going to Jets. I'm gonna rant about this for a little bit. Okay. Like and subscribe to this video. That'll help a lot. Kyler Murray going to the Vikings. What would I rate it? I would rate it a C. Why a C? Because it was a 1-year deal. That if it was a 3-year deal, it's an F. If it's a 2-year deal, it's an F. 1-year deal, C. Because Kyler Murray, is he a top 5 quarterback? No. Is he a top 10 quarterback? Is he a top 15 quarterback? No. Is he a top 20 quarterback? All right, we can argue. Top 25? He's absolutely a top 25 quarterback. Can you win a Super Bowl, which is the end objective of every season? Can you win a Super Bowl with a top 25 quarterback? And I know what you're going to say. Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's better than a top 25 quarterback, man. He's like a top 15, top 13 quarterback in the NFL. He usually makes mistakes, but the Seahawks, how great that team was, it was an anomaly. Their defense was great. They drafted it well. Their defense was young, hungry, decisive, and their offense had a great O-line, great running game, and a great receiver, one of the best receivers in the NFL today. They made sure that Sam Darnold wouldn't lose them games in the playoffs, right? And that's just what it was. But the Vikings, what are you? Right? What are the Vikings? They're an average team. They're not that 14-win team with Sam Darnold 2 years ago. They're not that team anymore, right? You have JJ McCarthy, who was what, 5-6 this year as a starting quarterback, 11 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Not great. Not great. Your defense looked awful, right? They got molested by the Chargers. I saw Vidal, the running back. Omarion Hampton didn't even play because he was injured. 5-yard carry, 10-yard carry, 15-yard carry. Oh, that rookie was killing. Oh, let me give you another rookie, Aronde Gadsden from Syracuse. Here, 20-yard pass, 18-yard pass, 18-yard pass. Right? Just absolutely molested the Vikings defense. They don't have it. They're not the Seattle Seahawks. And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say Kyler Murray can maybe elevate that team where their offense is good enough to be where it was with Sam Darnold, right? Is Kyler Murray better than Sam Darnold? I don't think so. I know what you're going to say. That's crazy. That's crazy talk, man. That's fucking crazy, bro. I don't care. Kyler Murray, yes, number 1 overall pick. Sam Darnold was a top 3 pick, right? So, and Sam Darnold was like the prodigy coming from USC. Kyler Murray, A&M quarterback, transfers out, goes to Oklahoma, right? Then he goes to Arizona. Let's see his Arizona stats. Arizona, 5-10, losing record. Okay, first year, chill. 8-8, average. 9-5, great year, right? DeAndre Hopkins gets there. JJ Watt's on the team. Great year. They get brutalized in the playoffs. 3-8, tears his AC. 3-8, 3-5, tears his ACL. 8-9 after that, average again. 2-3 last season. Liz Frank injury. He tore his ACL. Also has a foot injury. But you see those numbers? Average. He's an average guy for an average team. And I know what you're going to say. The Arizona Cardinals are not the Minnesota Vikings. I get it. Okay. Instead of 8-9, you're 10-7. Are you winning a Super Bowl 10-7? Okay. 8-9, 9-8. Are you winning going 9-8? Do you think you have a chance with a 17 through 25 quarterback like Kyler Murray, right? Can't throw a quick slant, can't do a 3-step drop because he can't see over the line. Do you think that's okay? Do you think that's okay to have if you're the Vikings? When you had Kirk Cousins, 6'4", monster, commands the offense. When you had Sam Darnold, 6'5", commands the offense, or 6'4", 6, whatever he is, commands the offense. And then you stutter with JJ McCarthy. Okay, you started with JJ McCarthy, right? We get it. We get it. And Kyler Murray, the problem with Kyler Murray is people can be like, okay, Kevin O'Connell's a play action guy. In 2022 and 2021, when he was running play action, he was looking amazing with DeAndre Hopkins, right? And DeAndre Hopkins at that time was probably a little bit worse than Justin Jefferson right now. And you can say that. But is Kyler Murray still that same guy? He had last season 2-3, less than 200 yards passing, right? 6 touchdowns in 5 games, 3 interceptions. Is that good enough? Is that good enough? Because right now you have an average quarterback like Kyler Murray and you have an average team like the Vikings. What does that make? Sometimes a negative and a negative doesn't make a positive. An average and an average makes an average. And that's what you're going to be. You're going to be another 9-8, 10-7 team. And in a stacked NFC North, that's really bad. right? Because the Lions are going to be good this year, right? Everybody returning back on defense. They're going to get healthy. They're going to be better, right? Maybe Taylor Decker comes back. Okay. The Green Bay Packers, right? Jordan Love's still there. Micah Parsons might not come back, but Jordan Love's still there. Matt LaFleur. Matt LaFleur, perennial 10-win season guy. Okay. Then you have the Chicago Bears. Second year of Ben Johnson versus Caleb Williams. Will they get better? Will they improve? Their offense looked pretty damn decent throughout the entire year. Their defense was very opportunistic. Will you be better than those teams? Those are the teams in your division. Can you be better than them? That's the question. And right now, I don't think so. But luckily, it's just a one-year deal. Luckily, it's just a one-year deal because Kyler Murray last year was bad. And we saw what Jacoby Brissett did because everybody, when Kyler Murray went down, they were like, "Oh, Kyler, it's not Kyler Murray's fault. It's the O-line. It's the offensive coordinator. What the hell is DeMercado doing? What are these guys like? Who are these guys? He doesn't play with anybody good. Marvin Harrison's a bust." All this stuff happened. That's when right when he got injured. Jacoby Brissett steps in, throws for a lot of yards, right? Beats the Dallas Cowboys, even though he was 1-11, right? Which is better than being 2-3 in my opinion, because I'd rather be shitty and then be in the top of the draft trying to get a good old lineman, a Hall of Fame old lineman, a great receiver, maybe a Hall of Fame talent quarterback if you're lucky. Maybe you can do that. I'd rather be 1-11 than 2-3 and be an average, because you'd rather be really bad or be very, very good. You don't want to be average. And right now, the Vikings are heading to average. But let's go back to Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett had over 300 yards almost passing this year. And you can say they're 1-11. They're losing every game. Yes, okay, whatever. It's different, though. You saw Marvin Harrison, how much better he was playing. You saw Trey McBride start scoring touchdowns with Jacoby Brissett. You saw Michael Wilson, how well he was playing. Jacoby Brissett's 6'7", 6'5", 6'6". He is a massive guy. That's how you win games with massive quarterbacks, not this 5'4" dwarf that fucking scutters everywhere. You can't do it. You can't do it. I promise you. Right? And you see the height difference between Jacoby Brissett and Kyler Murray right there. Right? The Sam Darnold thing too. Sam Darnold, the Vikings fucked up. They know they'd fucked up, right? They had 14 wins with Sam Darnold. They let him go. They keep JJ McCarthy, right? They're like, JJ McCarthy is going to be our guy, even though a lot of teams were clamoring for JJ McCarthy, like the Seattle Seahawks, before letting Sam Darnold go, because everybody thought Sam Darnold was going to stay with the Vikings because you have a 14-win season with Sam Darnold. Hey, maybe we keep Sam Darnold around here because we are a contender with Sam Darnold. But no, let's maybe half rebuild or try to plug this guy in to be a 14-win guy like JJ McCarthy, who maybe is not better than Sam Darnold, because Sam Darnold is highly touted coming out of college as the next big thing, right? That's the difference. What do you do with JJ McCarthy now? That's the problem. JJ McCarthy, if he's healthy, he's the starter. That's just what it is. If he's healthy, he's the starter. You cannot do what they did to Anthony Richardson. And I know what you're going to say. Who gives a fuck about Anthony Richardson? He sucks. Yeah. But he also showed talent and showed where he was good, right? And JJ McCarthy, you can hate him, right? Oh, he's shit. Oh, he sucks. Oh, whatever. JJ McCarthy showed talent this year. We saw it versus Chicago Bears comeback week 1. We're like, damn, JJ McCarthy actually might be pretty good in this league. Okay? And if you name Kyler Murray the starter and you just bury JJ McCarthy as your backup quarterback, no team would want to trade for JJ McCarthy. Why would any team want to trade for him when you know that you've given up on him? We'd rather have that 1-year rental Kyler Murray as our starter. This is what you do if you're the Vikings. Let me help you guys, so you don't have that same problem with the Colts and Anthony Richardson, right? Anthony Richardson, they're looking for trade offers for Anthony Richardson. How are you going to trade for Anthony Richardson if you're the Colts, or give away Anthony Richardson if you're the Colts, if you sign Phillip Rivers, who's 44 years old, 4 years out of playing? And you're like, oh, wait, here's Anthony Richardson. Let me get like a 3rd-round pick for him. No. You'd rather go sign a guy off the fucking couch for 4 years, right? Even though he's one of the greatest of all time. You'd rather sign him for 4 years, and that's a better way of winning for you, better mathematical way of winning for you in your mind than having Anthony Richardson as your starting quarterback, right? And you can say, oh, Anthony Richardson got hurt, his eye, whatever, he got hit by an elastic band, whatever. Okay. He could have played through it, right? I don't think an elastic band hurts that long. Okay. Ow. Let me rub my eye for 3 seconds, put water in it. Okay, I'm back to normal. Anthony Richardson out for the whole season. Okay, so JJ McCarthy, what do you do with him? You have to name him the starter. You either have Kyler Murray sit out and not dress, or you have JJ McCarthy be injured, quote unquote, and not dress. You cannot have him as your backup quarterback. You cannot, because that's going to have a lot of. You're not going to get a third round pick for him. You're not going to get a fourth round pick for him. They're going to be like, oh, JJ McCarthy's probably going to get released. Okay, we'll just pick him up we'll just pick him up later. Well, free agency. That's a lot smarter. That's a lot better. And that's just what it is. So again, I gave the Vikings a C for this signing of Kyler Murray. Average and average makes average. Average and average does not make good. Okay, next, Tua and Michael Penix. Great pickup for Tua. I know what you're going to say. What are you talking about? Kyler Murray's better than Tua. He's not. Even though Tua made a lot of mistakes in Miami, right? He said a lot of wanky shit. He said he threw a lot of bad picks. Mike McDaniels was his head coach. Mike McDaniels, he is, if you watch wrestling, he's Vince Russo, right? He has a lot of great ideas, but a lot of shit ideas. And even though he looked good at certain points, right? That one season with Tyreek Hill there, they looked amazing, right? The fastest team in Miami, an amazing show. They're putting up 70 points. Then there's also the bad where they look like shit and they're running pistol from the goal line at the 1 yard line, right? Mike McDaniel, you have to take the good with the bad. And now that Tua is going to a more structured, a more militant place like Atlanta, the Falcons, they're going to be better. Michael Penix, get rid of him. He sucks. He's really bad. He's just bad. And all these Falcons fans that are on my ass the whole season last year, Michael Penix, you just have to give him a chance. He's good, man. What are you talking about? Do you smoke crack? How do you not know that Michael Penix is good? How do you not know that think he's good? Michael Penix does not throw over in the seams. He does not throw over the middle at all. Everything's outside the numbers, right? Tua, you're not asking him to throw 40 yards, 50 yards down the field because he doesn't need to, right? And he most likely can't, but he's very accurate. And you have Drake London, right? Back shoulder fades. You have Drake London. You have Kyle Pitts in the seam. You have what's his name? Bijan Robinson. You have him. You have a lot of great players around him that can make him better. And he's a very, very good quarterback. I look at him the same way that I look at Sam Darnold when he was leaving to the Vikings and going to Seattle. I look at him the same way. I'm like, he can help this Atlanta team be a contender, especially a shitty Atlanta division where you can be the number one. So you get a home game to start in the wild card round or the divisional round. You can get a home game and in a really bad division where Tyler Shugg, even though he's a decent quarterback, is your adversary. Bryce Young is your adversary. Like, you can have a good chance at Atlanta. Baker Mayfield, even though he's a decent quarterback, Baker Mayfield's there. But Tua, you have a very, very good opportunity to become a playoff team that has a home game. And that's big, especially in Atlanta. That is big. They have a raucous crowd. It's going to be freaking filthy over there, right? So again, I like this play by them. It's a better deal if they get him, right? Because it's not official yet, but if they get him, it's a better deal than Kyler Murray because I think I rate Tua higher than Kyler Murray. Next, Malik Willis. Malik Willis is shit, man. I mean, he's shit. All right, he's shit. He's terrible. He sucks. He's feminine. I don't like him. All right, he's not feminine, but I don't like him, right? I don't think he's a good quarterback. And you're Miami Dolphins, right? Everybody leaves your team. Right? No, Waddle wants to leave. Tyreek Hill left. Tua's leaving. Everybody leaves your team. Everybody hates you guys. The Miami fans hate you. Everybody hates the owner. Okay, what do you do? Well, let's make a splash. Let's go sign Malik Willis, right? 3-year, $67 million deal. Because Malik Willis showed promise with the Green Bay Packers. And I know they picked up their defensive coordinator, right, as their head coach. Okay? Malik Willis, even though he played well versus the Ravens, he did fucking nothing the last 6 minutes of the game. Malik Willis, the most inconsistent quarterback. You don't even need a quarterback if you're Miami Dolphins. You just need a team around you that can just grow and become older and better with playing time, right? And Malik Willis, 3-year, $67 million deal. I honestly rather have signed Brett Favre. I'd rather have signed him. I'm not even kidding. I probably would have signed Brett Favre over him. Why Malik Willis? They're gonna be shit with him. They're gonna ask for him to be benched. You're gonna bench him in 5 games. Why Malik Willis? It makes no sense. And you're paying 3-year, $67 million. You're just gonna hit your cap. Then even though you have a lot of cap space, but you're gonna just ruin 3 years of your of the Dolphin franchise fans and Dolphins franchise team. Like, you're just gonna ruin everything for 3 years with Malik Willis. You know you're not gonna win a Super Bowl with Malik Willis. Does Malik Willis even sound like a Super Bowl winning quarterback to you? Come on, guys. Next, Geno Smith. Geno Smith going back to the Jets. Bridge year, they're gonna lose a lot of games. That's why they have Geno Smith back, right? They're just gonna lose a lot of games. He has no help. They're gonna be shitty. They're gonna be very, very bad. Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets are gonna be really, really bad. But at least the Geno Smith has a 1-year deal left, right? Signed a 2-year deal with the Raiders. He has 1 more year left on the contract. That's fine. He didn't sign a 3-year fucking deal like Malik Willis did. Okay, so I'm fine with that. Next, Kirk Cousins and Fernando Mendoza. Kirk Cousins reported to going to the Raiders. Kirk Cousins, bad move. Bad move. Go be a starter somewhere. You can go start somewhere. Honestly, if I'm Kirk Cousins, I'm not signing anywhere until probably November. I'm just going to stay ready, because you know some team's going to look for Kirk Cousins, right? Some team picked up Phillip Rivers, for goodness sake. Some team's going to pick up Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins came back way too early from his Achilles injury, right? That was the problem. He comes with the Atlanta Falcons. He looked good when he started playing, and it was the same thing with Aaron Rodgers also, right? He came back too early with the Jets. He looked like shit. He couldn't move at all. Kirk Cousins couldn't move at all off the Achilles injury. Then second year later, they started playing much better. Kirk Cousins looked very, very good, throwing accurate like he always does, has a cannon. And I would want to be starting. I don't want to be freaking just mentoring Fernando Mendoza. Fuck that. Go play somewhere where you can win a Super Bowl. Go play somewhere where a quarterback's going to get injured. Every year a quarterback gets injured, right? KYLER Murray, you saw already got injured. Right? You saw a Daniel Jones get injured. Pat Mahomes get injured. A quarterback will get injured. A playoff team will get injured. A playoff team will have an injured quarterback, and you need to step up there, Kirk Cousins. I would wait. I wouldn't sign anywhere, and I would just say, hey, if you want me, if you want to try to win a Super Bowl, you have to at least give me $8 million, $6 million to try to win a Super Bowl. That's what I would say if I'm Kirk Cousins. 1-year deal, $6-8 million. That's better than signing like a 1-year or half season deal for $6-8 million. That's better than signing a 1-year deal for like $7 million, $6 million as well. It's not this. I'd rather just be the savior type of player, the way that Phillip Rivers was looked upon, right? When he came back, then the backup quarterback, then Kirk Cousins. We have Kirk Cousins our backup. The way they look at Gardner Minshew, the way they look at Chad Henne. You don't want to look like that, Kirk Cousins. Jimmy Garoppolo now. Like, you don't want to look like that. You don't want to look like that. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. Thank you.